and gentlemen. I have talked to this gentleman before in the past, but we have to talk about what this gentleman brings to the table. With 100 different traps and suplexes and 100 different ways to beat up all these melanin deficient hoes, the hoe thrower himself, who came from the BOMAYE Fight Club, hailing from Atlanta, Georgia, talking about Alex Kane, the man who gets it done at the end of the day. When we talk about Alex Kane's contributions to the wrestling community and MLW, he has become a force to be reckoned with. And he has reigned supreme across every company that he has stepped foot in. Even when he first debuted against Lee Johnson back in 2018, Alex Kane had the recipe for success. And in that time, national openweight champion, MLW heavyweight champion, even had tag team success. This man has had King Mo, Don King, different people in the BOMAYE Fight Club, Faye Jackson, O'Shea Edwards, Kevin Knight, Myron Reed, the list goes on. Mr. Thomas, can't forget Mr. Thomas. Alex Kane has been a dominant force in MLW and everywhere that he has went in the time frame of just under 10 years. But this man moves around like a veteran, a national treasure, a great human being, and a leader in his community, not just in wrestling, but also in life. But without further ado, we got to introduce the man himself. And for those who are new to the show or new to Alex Kane, don't worry, I got you. Pro Fighter, shout out to Pro Fighter. They prepared a little Titantron for Alex Kane. And what we're going to do is go give you a little taste of what Alex Kane is all about. So.
The mission. Submission.
BOMAYE, BOMAYE, BOMAYE. Yeah. BOMAYE, BOMAYE, BOMAYE. I'm the suplex assassin. I'm the suplex assassin. BOMAYE, BOMAYE, BOMAYE. Yeah. BOMAYE, BOMAYE, BOMAYE. I'm the suplex assassin. I'm the suplex assassin. Yeah, Alex Kane put in work. You gon' end up in the dirt. Catch and shake up on the first. By the suplexing on the earth. Yeah, Alex Kane put in work. You gon' end up in the dirt. Catch and shake up on the first. By the suplexing on the earth. I got that BOMAYE. I been suplexing, going MIA on an island. Push you up on that match. Make it stretch and I can make it tap. Lot of suplexing, I can make it drop. Making ankles pop. Suplex season getting hot. In the whip, by the drop the top. Come to the wing, we gon' kill him. BOMAYE. Alex Kane, Manny Ali. Suit takes to death, yeah, proudly. I'ma get the win, yeah, I'ma finish him. I ain't feeling them. Every day, I'm clocking in. By the put in work, making ankle hurt. Playing overtime with his freaking work.
Yo, without further ado, the man himself, the suplex assassin, and a general national treasure. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Alex Kane. Welcome to the Humble Roast.
Big BOMAYE fire risk going off. Just big BOMAYE, big BOMAYE, big BOMAYE.
I'll give you a gunshot. Here we go. Here we go. There we go.
There we go.
Boom. BOMAYE is for the people. Welcome to the Humble Roses podcast. How are you doing today?
I am doing good. Nervous, but good.
Oh, nervous is definitely what I'm feeling right now. It's I ain't gonna lie, I'm pretty shook. I'm definitely shook. So I wanted to let you know that when you come to the Humble Roses podcast, we do things differently over here. We don't do things the same as any other wrestling podcast. So we try to start off by giving you your roses. That's one of the things that we do. So Alex Kane, welcome. It has been an honor to be in your presence. Throughout your time in life, you have made a lot of believers in people. And I think that your background and where you came from ultimately guided you to where you need to be in life. You are an inspiration to me. You'll always be good enough, and you'll be better than good enough for those people who look at you. When I look at you, I see a leader. I see somebody who gives me the inspiration. I could never be a wrestler. I never could. I'm 6'5", 245 pounds. I might have the build of one, but ultimately, you're somebody with a shoot style of wrestling. You are a power technician. You are the flower power in the Mario game. You are literally King from Tekken. You are Alex motherfucking Kane, the suplex assassin. And those are your roses.
Thank you. I got some goosebumps going on here. It feels good.
It feels good. So, we got different fans that are going to be piling in. We got 34 viewers right now.
All right, 34 viewers.
Hey, welcome to the show. There's different people that I have, just in the comments. Yes. This is my co-host, La Madrina,
what
aka
up,
Nessa. Nessa is the first lady of the Humble Roses podcast. We just made her a member last week, so really it was just me just doing everything. She had a prior obligation, but hopefully down the line we can bring you back and get you to talk to her. She did have a few questions that she will put in the comments. Fans, if you got questions for Alex Kane, please put it in the comments. One question he will not answer is where he wants to go. We're not asking that question. Everything else is off limits. If you want to ask him where his favorite spot to eat at in Atlanta is, you can do that. Having said that, where's your favorite spot to eat at in Atlanta?
There's a place called Hop Daddy Burger. It's new. It's in I don't know if you know the area that well, but it's like North Druid Hills area. It's like Decatur, like North Decatur.
Okay.
Really, really, really good burgers. I went there on my birthday.
What do you get from there?
Oh man, what did I get the last time? Hold on, I have to look up the menu.
No, you go ahead. You go right ahead. Hokage, welcome to the show, Alex Kane. Alex Kane is live with us. Hokage, another one of the members of the Rose Gang from the Humble Roses podcast. You got any questions from?
I like the name.
Yeah. If you got any questions for Alex Kane, go ahead and hit him with that talk no jutsu. We're right here. Go ahead, take a second to get your order.
Oh, come on. Where are we?
Oh, don't feel you good. Take your time. I thought I had the
last time I was there, I had it's called the double bacon jam. So it's it's 2-quarter beef patties topped with both white and yellow American cheese, house-made tomato bacon jam, mustard, grilled onions, pickles, and mayo.
That sounds excellent. I would actually do they do like triples or quadruples? Because I'd be like, can I get that in a triple?
You could probably. I mean, I'm sure you could ask them, hey, I'll pay the extra money for it.
So actually, you know what? Let's go to the comments. We got a couple questions in the comments. Alex, are you okay answering some questions from the fans in the comments?
Yes, I am. That's what we're here
okay.
for. BOMAYE is for the people.
BOMAYE is for the people. BOMAYE, BOMAYE, BOMAYE. The first question is actually from a good friend of mine in Philadelphia, PA. This man, Joey Knox, great friend of mine. He said top 3 matchups you were in and your number 1 dream match opponent.
My number 1 dream match opponent will forever be Shelton Benjamin until it happens, and then I'll pick a new one. Hopefully that happens one day. Top 3 matchups that I've been in: Josh Alexander, that happened in Canada. Jacob Fatu, that was a title defense. And Satoshi Kojima was my final match as MLW World Heavyweight Champion.
Well, speaking of which, I actually was putting up the slides for that, and I had the Jacob Fatu match, which happened to be in Philadelphia, ironically, which took place, was it last year?
Yeah,
last year, November 8th. And then I had the Kojima, because that was from the Super Fight. That was actually one of your best matches that I thought both of these are, because it was funny that you bring it up. Before I get to that, there was another match that you had that I wanted to talk about. And this is actually a match that I don't think you get enough credit for. was actually from MLW Slaughterhouse. It was you against Mr. Filthy Tom Lawler. And what I really liked about this match is that the psychology was on a different level. And I think the way that you approached it, the way that you approach your matches, they're always different. They're always different. You always have that extra ingredient that you either added later on in the match, or you add it either to the beginning, you add it to the middle, sometimes you add it to the end. We never get the same Alex Kane. I cannot think of a time where I saw you wrestle the same kind of match, even against the same opponent. So I gotta ask you, with the Tom Lawler match, why did you just decide to cook up a banger on that night? Why did you decide?
Honestly, I have really good chemistry with Tom. I wrestled him, I believe, in 2021 or 2022 on the Indies. Before it might have been 2020 because it was during the pandemic at Paradigm Pro Wrestling in Jeffersonville, Indiana, and they gave me the match as a like a test or whatever. Because he was in MLW, Tom's been all over the world. He's wrestled at all these places, and I remember being extremely nervous for that match. When we got in there, we made magic. So to get to wrestle him again on a bigger stage, and this was like on a week's notice, because I was originally supposed to wrestle Davey Boy Smith Jr., but he got like pancreatitis or some shit like that, so he was down. So in that match, my thought process going into all of my matches, but especially that entire world title reign, was I want every match to have a different feel to it, to have a different psychology, just a different. I never want to be stale. I never want to get stale. I want Alex Kane to be versatile. I was just like, let me just go out here, have some fun with this, and see what we can cook up.
Yo, it was essentially just like a banger, and I this is funny because I don't really think you've ever had a bad match. At least not your fault. Like, you find ways to get better, even during the middle of the match. I wanted to. Oh, okay. Hey! So happy you can join Cash tonight. Listen, there's not many wrestlers that I could actually like interact with that would actually give me this opportunity. So we want to go back to Hokage. He had a question. He says, "I have a question. What was the process of finding your finisher?" That's a good question.
So I've had a few. So I think I started with the spear because it was the easiest, and everybody likes my spear. It's changed over the years. I used to do an alpha bomb, but I couldn't do that to everybody, so I had to find something I could do to everybody.
Right.
So I started using. I guess I'll tell the whole story. So I started using like a ripcord angle slam, which I called it Able Sacrifice because I'm Alex Kane, so that was cool.
That's dope.
For some reason people didn't want to say Able Sacrifice, so whatever. So I changed it to the Kane Maker because it's essentially a Rainmaker angle slam. And then I think I started, and after that I think it was originally called the Southern Light Suplex. Some people call it the Joker Plex. It's a move that, the Joker from CZW used to do, and then also Drew Gulak used to do it as well. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's called the Southern Light Suplex. It's a head and arm cravat with a leg hook, and I did that in the match for when I wrestled for Paradigm. I debuted for Paradigm, when I debuted in front of like people. And that match kind of put me on the map because when I hit that move, they thought I killed this dude. Right. So like it was like, oh shit, it's Alex Kane guy. I like this guy a lot. Like keep bringing him back. So like that's been That's been my like suplex finisher. And then like now I've actually been trying to win with different suplexes, just to kind of establish that like Sheamus feel to my matches where like any move can be the finish. And then the fade to black, which has gotten better over time. That was a Court Bauer idea because he was like, "I want you to. The mission is submission. You need a submission, finish." And that was the easiest one.
So, and at one point I think it was people were calling it like the mark of Kane or whatever. Like
yeah, that's the leg. Yeah, that's the leg.
That was like I want to ask you this. So back in the ECW days, which I'm a big fan of, like Taz, I see a lot of the Taz aspect or the Taz pedigree in your wrestling style too. And I think like, and it's kind of funny because you guys are so similar that you're different, if that makes a sense. Like Taz had Team Taz, you have the BOMAYE Fight Club. Taz used Taz missions, suplexes. You did the same thing. You guys both kind of dressed similar as well. Was there any influence from another wrestler that we haven't talked about that maybe inspired a little bit of what you do now?
Not really. Not really. Taz actually wasn't even an inspiration of mine at first.
Really?
That was later on. I more tried to pattern myself after Brock, because that's who Fox always told me to watch was Brock. And then like Benoit, Kurt Angle, Michelle Benjamin a little bit in there, but those are the guys that I really like look to. And damn, what is that man's name? Talk about this man all the time. Shingo.
Okay. I was like, I wasn't going to interrupt your thought process.
Yeah.
Shingo. Speaking of Brock, Joey Knox had another question. He said, "When will you take Brock to your personal suplex city?" Well, Suplex
I honestly
Island.
Don't know if that's ever going to happen. You know, when you get caught up in the stuff that he got caught up in, I don't know if you ever make it back to pro wrestling. But like, if like we were in a different dimension and like I was at least half of Brock's size, anytime, anywhere. But Brock that's a big dude.
He is. But as strong as he is, you have the strength and you have the power and technique to get it done as well. So I don't see why that couldn't be a possibility. My boy Cheech should be on his way in soon, so he'll be joining us. He has some questions. I'll let him go ahead when we get there. In the meantime, let's play some games. Let's play a game.
Heck said, what is it?
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll let him personally ask that question. I wanted him to get here and be able, because we had interviewed from the Marks with Mike's podcast. He just couldn't make it because he wasn't feeling good. So I was like, man, you really got to come on the show because I know you didn't get a chance to talk to Alex. Pull up. Let's play some games.
Hold on. Hokage had a question as well.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Before you hit the curtain, the moment your music hits, I'd love to know what's running through your mind. Sometimes nothing other than like, go out there, have fun and be safe. I remember right before I wrestled Kojima, and my music hit. Like, no, not even when my music hit. The guys were going out and chanting BOMAYE, forming the entrance. I was just thinking like, this is my life. Like I'm about to go like do this legend, of MLW and professional wrestling. Like this is crazy. This is insane. Because I think I like dissociate when I wrestle a little bit. Like I shift out of who I am behind the curtain into Alex Kane. So it's almost like I'm there in the moment, but I'm also like watching all of this go on from like that like third person view. It's weird. But yeah, that's what normally goes to my head. Like, have fun, be safe. This is your life. Like this is so fucking dope. I really like my music. Yeah, those are the things that go through my mind.
And you have these out of body experiences with wrestling. And what do you think was like your biggest out of body experience that you accomplished? Like, did you win something? Did you win a championship and you felt like you had an out of body experience?
When I won the national open weight title, because it was the first. I mean, I've won belts in the independents, but that was the first like major championship that I won. And just like getting through it, because like I for some, I don't know how it happened, but apparently somehow I broke my foot a little bit or whatever, like on the side. So I was wrestling on that as well. But I was just like, I really just got through my first ladder match and won a championship. I mean, yeah, these people hate me right now, but this is sick as hell.
Okay. I don't see any more questions just yet. I think we have time to play a game. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the Alex Kane edition, so we are going to play a game called Suplex or Submission. And it's pretty simple. I'm going to name individuals. They could be fictional characters. They could be people out now. Anything. And you just tell me if you would rather suplex them or choke them out. Cool with you?
Yep.
All right, let's start. King from Tekken.
Suplex.
Smash Ultimate Link.
Submission.
Why submission?
He seems like he needs to be choked out.
Here's one. Steph Curry.
Suplex. I'm gonna throw him like he throws those basketballs.
I have to brace myself for what I'm about to say next. Tom Brady.
Oh, I am choking him out.
Oh yeah, I'm not making no jokes. I was like, yeah, go right ahead. I totally understand. Diddy.
Oh, can I do both? Can I suplex and choke him out?
Yes, you can. Definitely. Couple more, and then we'll move on. Move on to Poppy coming in. I got to throw this one out there. Hulk Hogan.
Oh, I'm suplexing him like 50 times and then choking his ass out. And then I'm going to suplex him again and then choke him. And then I'm going to wake him back up and then choke him out again.
And then you're going to wake him back up.
He might like it. And then suplex him again. You thought the first Suplex City was bad? What? Check out Suplex Island. It's going to be way worse.
Oh man,
you thought this was a vacation? You thought it was about to lay out in the sun? No,
nah, not at all.
I got a tan for you, and it's not from the sun.
Final one, Donald Trump.
I am choking him out and suplexing him at the same time. So if the submission don't get him, the suplex will.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Suplex or Submission with Alex Kane. Now, coming to the stage, coming to the garden, from the March with Mike's podcast, this is the guy who basically brought me into the March with Mike's podcast. Basically, one of the cornerstones of the podcast, cornerstone of Culture Clash Network. We got my boy, Pape Cheech. What's good?
See, I wanted to do that. I wanted to have to get to it and then roll around. But I was like, that'd be corny.
You would got away with it, man. What's going on, guys? Thanks for having me. Dallas, long time no see. Alice Kane, thank you for coming through the Home to Roses. On behalf of my boy, welcome. What the fuck is up, man? BOMAYE?
BOMAYE. We were just talking about beating up Hulk Hogan. Somebody in the Joey Knox said I think I was letting him off too easy. Probably am.
Yeah.
Probably am letting him off too easy.
I think you are letting Hogan off a little too easy because there might be some additional things that must be done at that point.
Maybe like set up like a barbed wire bed or whatever and throw him into that. Make sure the barbed wire is like moving back and forth, so he just gets like grinded up.
Looks like
maybe
Cheech
not grinded up, but sliced up.
No. If you want to turn them into ground beef, do what you got to do, man. Do what you got to do.
Eat that? What's
the horses? The horses. You ever seen Snatch? You ever seen the movie Snatch?
I want to see.
That's one of my favorite movies.
Not.
That's one of my favorite movies. This guy was talking about you chop up a 200 or 300 pound body up and you feed it to pigs, and they'll go through a body like that like it's butter. So if you know somebody who owns a pig farm, don't piss them off. That's all I'm saying.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. So while we're waiting on Cheech to come back, let's go ahead and move forward with a couple other things. So I'm actually going to ask you, I'm going to put up a couple of things. These are your shirts. And I want to get your, basically pick your mind a little bit and just get your response on like, what was the idea or how did you come up with it? We got to start with the GOAT of all GOAT t-shirts. And that is the Melanin Deficient Ho t-shirt from Alex Kane. Where in your mind made you come up with this phrase?
Oh man. So we were feuding with WTF. And everybody in WTF had a tan or whatever. Like I remember when Matt Cardona debuted in MLW, that man looked like he could have had a black card. Like it was his tan was that dark. I told him that. So like I was just trying to think like these men don't have like a high melanin count or whatever, but they keep trying to darken their skin to where they do look melanated. And I was like, but that means that they're melanin deficient. They're deficient in melanin. And like, I know I had a promo after him. I believe I just wrestled Tom Lawler. And I know I had a promo after the match. And I didn't know what exactly I was going to say. I just knew he was going to come out and say some shit. I didn't know what he was going to say. So when he came out on stage with St. Laurent, he's like, all hail the death matching. And I'm just like, man, this corny ass motherfucker. I was like, what you want, you melanin deficient hoe? And I remember watching it back, and I think Matt Striker was saying something, and then he heard that. He's like, oh, okay. And he started laughing. It was a good moment. It was a great moment.
It was off the cuff as well. I thought it was hilarious. We had talked about it previously on the Barks with Mike's podcast, and like I just catching the people up to speed, and you know you're so great off the cuff. Your improv really is good. You know your improv really, you slap the shit out of somebody with a Philly cheesesteak. There's that. We got to talk about.
Did you ever talk to a king like that, ho? Like that was another line, and I was like, in my mind, I think I don't know if I was going to say it, but I just did say it. But like I was like, man, that line ain't gonna do nothing. That line ain't gonna go nowhere. But then that line took off too.
Culture, changing the culture, one line at a time. Speaking of changing the culture, shout out to Culture Clash Network for basically keeping the Humble Roses under your umbrella and Marks with Mikes. Make sure you go cop some Culture Clash Network merch for your wear. And also, while you're there, cop this t-shirt too. The Suplex Assassin Alex Kane shirt. Real simple, but really effective. Who came up with the idea for this design?
There were a guy had just made. He made that one. I think he made like one or two others or whatever. He just sent them to me or whatever. Because he was just trying to get his name out there and stuff like that. I think I paid him like maybe $50 or something like that. Just just as a thank you, like, hey, thank you for making these. But yeah, I always wanted something that had like to do with like crosshairs. Because I'm the Suplex Assassin, I might as well have something with crosshairs. So that's really all that is.
How did you come up with the name of Suplex Assassin?
Man, I think it was when I first started wrestling, I was trying to find a character for myself because I realized very quickly that I couldn't be a black man in wrestling and just be a good wrestler. I had to have a character. I had to have something to call myself. And I always wanted to be a powerhouse. Even since I was young, I always wanted to be able to like pick people up and throw them around. And like, I mean, Brock was on his Suplex City shit or whatever at the time, but I couldn't just be just like him or anything like that. Even though he was an inspiration of mine. So I was playing the WWE 2K game, and I was trying to create myself. And I saw Assassin like on the little like list, and I was like, Suplex Assassin. That sounds cool. That rolls off the tongue. I did like I looked it up, make sure like there was nobody else called the Suplex Assassin, and I was like, I'm just gonna run with this, and see where it goes, and the rest is history.
Okay. Looks like we got some people that we want to bring up. First off, I think we got Cheech back. Cheech, let me bring you back to the stage. Cheech, we good? We good?
Yeah, we good, man. Just had some technical difficulties over here.
Go ahead with your question.
Well, I don't know if you read it before I hopped in. So we just going out there. I was gonna say, Kurt Bauer, how you work with him and MSL. How was that experience and that the knowledge that they were able to share with you during that time?
I mean, I'm still working with them. I talk to Court more than I talk to MSL. Me and MSL mainly talk about like why I hate Batman or why I think Batman is a cop. And that's mainly what me and him talk about. But Court's become a really good friend of mine. Over these past 4 years, we talk about everything from not super heavy politics stuff, but like just like some of the bullshit that goes on. We've talked about race relations. We've talked about we mainly talk about wrestling. He's opened my eyes to a lot of things. I don't know where I would be without. I don't know where I would be without him taking an interest in my work. Because he speaks so much life into me. It's insane. Like he always tells me how special I am. He tells me how talented I am. He tells me how great of a talent and a person that I am all the time. And like he's really set me up for success. But like he gave me a book. I guess Gary Hart wrote it, and it's kind of like he said it's like the Bible of wrestling, like about like how booking works and stuff like that. I still have yet.
It's hard to find. I heard it's hard to find that book.
I have a PDF.
You have a copy?
I have a copy.
Wow. Okay.
But I'd rather listen to it than actually like sit down and read it because my attention span is not great. But yeah, I do need to finish it because he gave it to me like 2 years ago. But yeah, man, just collaborating with Court and building up my character and stuff like that has definitely been awesome. And like I don't know what my relationship will be like with other bosses and stuff like that, but I hope that it is similar to that, to where I can like hit him up anytime, you know.
That's good.
Good.
But for a
Go ahead,
guy,
Cheech.
I mean, he literally worked under Vince McMahon. Like as bad as Vince is, I mean, Vince obviously knows what the fuck he's doing.
Yeah.
For the most part. So for him to be like under the tutelage of Vince McMahon for all those years, and like to really like get to see, you know, how his brain works and get to collaborate with him, and you know, like over time, like earning his trust as far as like promos and stuff goes, and you know, him helping me simplify the process of promos as well. Like he really, really helped me with it. Because at first he give me this long ass script, with all this fucking like verbiage in it, and I'm like, I'm not gonna remember all this. I don't remember. He's like, you know, just try. Like I really struggle with that. He's like, you know what? Look, don't try to say all the verbiage or whatever. Get the gist of it. Hit the bullet points, what we need or whatever, then go from there. You know, just like doing that, and over time, just getting better and better and better at it. Now he'll tell me the subject, and that's it. Freestyle promo from Alex Kane or whatever, and go.
So you gotten more confident as time goes by in the promos, and that's great. Yeah, Kurt Bauer been around, you know, I believe the Samoans, you know, and out in PA. So I think he's like a hidden gem in a way, you know what I mean? Because he was able to resurrect MLW and continue as strong as they, you know, continuing and be one of the top players. There's any I'm not sure, but have you been overseas in Japan?
I've never been to Japan. I'm currently working on getting over there. Talking to a few people. Actually, not a few people, one person who has connections over there. So I'm trying to make that happen. I've wrestled in Germany. I've wrestled in Mexico. I've wrestled in Canada. But yeah, it's tough.
That's sweet. No, but it's gonna happen. You know, we're gonna manifest it here. You know, and 2025, here you come. Get you. You know what I mean?
Japan 2025.
Ooh, I could see it. The shirt, the matchups. Hell yeah.
What was the other question that you had for him in the chat that you wanted to ask Alex?
Oh, I don't know if they asked you, man. Your Mount Rushmore DOA of wrestling.
Oh.
Good question.
Eddie is on there.
Okay.
Eddie's on there since one. Randy Orton is on there. Roman Reigns is on there. I know he's still rocking, but he's on there.
Okay.
Shelton Benjamin is on there.
Has to be.
And Jazz is on there.
Ooh. Okay. Wasn't
she don't get enough love. She don't get enough credit.
No, unfortunately.
All the credit goes to Trish Stratus and Lita, and I'm just like, I mean, Lita's cool, but Lita wasn't. It feels bad. Lita was good, but I don't think she was like that good. Like, and I don't think Trish Stratus was that good either. And when I go back and watch their matches, like they weren't bad or anything like that. They're still legends. But I don't think that they were so good that, you know, they just like dwarfed Jazz. Jazz was a fucking worker.
Wow, but ECW, when she came into ECW, just the scope that ECW had at the time, but it you know what I'm saying? Real niggas know. As soon as you saw Jazz on your screen, you know what I mean? She was believable. She was believable, you know, and it was sad that she wasn't used to her potential, you know, but those who know.
Which is funny because when you talk about Trish Stratus and Lita, Jazz beat both of them in the same match at WrestleMania 18, and Jazz was the women's champion. So I don't think a lot of people put respect on Jazz's name. She is a pioneer. She is a pioneer of basically what the women are today. And she was wrestling against the men the same way China was. Before we move on, I got to bring in, because she did manage to make it, so I will bring in my co-host. We are going to bring in my co-host for the Humble Roses, La Madrina. This is her first time actually interviewing. So no pressure at all.
All the pressure.
All the way from Texas. All the way from Texas.
Hey.
What's going on?
Hey.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, what questions you got for Mr. Kane?
Well, we already talked about, some of your moves. You got a powerful arsenal. So I want to know, if you could choose one move for the rest of your career, what would? Which one?
That's easy. The X-Plex, because it looks beautiful.
The X-Plex is essentially just a move that's going to fuck you up. That's that's the whole meaning of what the X-Plex was.
Find your back.
What was it? Now, Nessa, you texted me another question.
I did.
Go ahead and ask him. It's okay.
If there was one thing that you've always wanted to do but haven't done yet, what would it be? And it could either be in wrestling or just in life in general.
Oh. Damn, I don't really think about life, but wrestling. Definitely. We already kind of talked about it before, but definitely wrestling in Japan. I think that would be the one thing that I haven't done that I want to do the most. I just literally every wrestler that I've only wrestled. What's it? Shigehiro in Kojima, and I've gotten props from Suzuki after my match with Fatu, but almost all of the Japanese wrestlers that I have met have always complimented my style. They've always said that I would fit in, over there, and they like my work. So I think that I would thrive in Japan.
What about Mexico?
Oh, yes.
I don't have any connects to Mexico. I don't have any connects, but I don't know. Maybe.
I just throw it out there because
I've only wrestled in Mexico twice, and that was with MLW. So I've never wrestled there independently. But I'm not opposed to it.
Oh, understood. What you got, Cheech?
Oh, I was gonna say, what about Puerto Rico? If you get a call, do you?
So I have Savio's number in my phone.
Okay.
I hit him up not too long ago, but I think that they had just went through the hurricane. So everything's fucked up. I'm gonna message him tomorrow and see.
Message him now. No, it's fine. Savio's my boy, man. We had him on the show on the March with Mike's, and growing up in Puerto Rico, it was him was the end all be all. So getting to know him and exchange numbers was it was so real for me. But so you worked under him. Wasn't he an agent at MLW to some sort? Or?
He was an agent at MLW for some time. I got to mix it up with him. I think it was my first Battle Riot. We just came in swinging a cane. But I was hoping I would actually get to work with him in a match, but that never happened.
Oh, it still could happen. Damn, Alex Kane in Puerto Rico. I could see it.
Oh yeah, they'll love you in Puerto Rico. They'll love you in Puerto Rico. I'm telling you, they will love you out there. The community
will love you for sure. They probably already do.
So, I gotta ask, since we're on the subject, Hokage had a question for you, and his question was, what was your welcome to the league moment?
Oh, my welcome to the league moment. Damn, what was my welcome to the league moment? I mean, I guess. No, I wouldn't. I don't really want to. Because I imagine the welcome to the league moment is like somebody like messing with you.
Yeah.
Like
passion. I, honest to God, I didn't have one. I didn't have one. I kind of came in favored by the office, so I guess nobody wanted to mess with me in that way.
What you got, Madrina?
Hokage had another question. It was speaking on promos, is there a method you use to remember your marks, and is it mainly off the dome or feeling? Now it's mainly off the dome in feeling. And then like depending on the promo, depending on what it's for or whatever, I have marks in my head. But like I'm not like, oh, I gotta hit when I'm out there speaking. I'm not like, oh, I gotta hit this, gotta hit this, gotta hit this. It's kind of just like there, and it kind of because a good promos follow a formula.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, mine is you know, if it's like an indie promo, like I'll try to get the date where it's gonna be, the promotion, all that out the way. I'll put myself over. I'll shit on my opponent. I'll say one nice thing about them sometimes, and then I'll land it with "That's on BOMAYE." But like live promos are all emotion or whatever. Like I think it was in New York. My promo, it was me and Hammerstone. It was the night before Battle Riot, and he came out. He said something about, I wish you'd get some dental workers or shit like that. And I was like, oh, this is what we're going to do here. Because I want to say 2 years prior, we were all sitting, me, Hammer, EJ, and Alicia too. We're all sitting, you know, we were having, I guess, like a meal before we all like went our separate ways and got on our planes. And I had said like the two ways that I know that like shit is going downhill for me in life is if I'm having dental issues or if my car is fucked up. Thankfully, neither one of those things have happened. Well, my car was still fucked up, but no dental issues. So he was there when I said this. So for all these years later, for him to come out and that be the first thing he said in the promo, I'm like, so we're shooting now. Okay, we're shooting. Okay, Roid Boy. I called him Roid Boy. I called him Hulk Hogan. I called him Warrior. I said he was so unoriginal, but he's always running his mouth. I cooked that man, and I only cooked him because I thought he was shooting on me, or maybe he was. I don't know. Since then he's done some whole shit. So it is what it is. One day I'll forgive him.
Hell yeah. What you got, Madrina?
So we know you wrestled in college, but you also played rugby. So what was it that you decided you wanted to do professional wrestling over rugby?
Rugby was just a thing to try. So I went and wrestled in college or whatever, and you know I kind of got burnt out on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't going the way that I wanted it to go. So I was like, man, fuck this. So the athletic director, who also was the head coach of the rugby team, was like, yo, did you guys want to come out and try rugby? This is going into the spring of the summer. You guys want to come out and try rugby? You know, I'm all for it. And rugby and wrestling, there's some techniques in wrestling that spill over to rugby, especially for like the tackling and stuff.
And that's so my next question. Like, do you feel like that helps you in the ring? Like, gives you an edge?
Rugby, not really. I mean, I think the only thing that rugby has given me an edge for is being able to walk through the rain and not be worried or whatever, and not be like, oh, I gotta run, I gotta rush or whatever. Because like in rugby, like it'd be pouring down, raining. The field is looks like a mud pie. It's gross. But yeah, I think the edge for me came from wrestling all of those years.
So when we're talking about this, right, we're talking about giving someone an edge and the edge that you developed. We gotta bring up this, which is my next segue. We're here, everybody's here, it's time. It's time to play Top 5 Anything with Alex Kane. Okay. Top 5 Anything. So each one of us is going to ask Alex his top 5 anything that you can think of, and going with me first, okay? Or you can do top 2, top 3. I just picked 5. I just thought 5 would be a decent number. Yo, give me your top 5 ass whoopings you've seen in movies.
Oh, let's see. Fucking Debo and Craig. Debo and Red.
The original One Punch Man. The original One Punch Man.
Yeah,
the
truly.
Original.
I've seen a pattern.
Oh man. What was it? Anything The Rock. Anything The Rock.
Yeah. It's in his contract not to lose anything.
Yeah, that, which is crazy.
That is crazy.
What is the movie? The fucking prison football movie.
Oh, Gridiron Gang?
Gridiron Gang, yes. No, not that one. Not that one.
The Longest Yard.
The Longest Yard, yes. That entire game.
It's an ass whipping, the whole.
Yes, the whole it was an ass whipping. Those are my top 4.
All right.
Shit.
Well, my bad. Go ahead.
And I was gonna say, I'll pick number 5. Hell, I mean, if we want to talk about it, hate to bring this up, really hate to bring this up, but we got to talk about fucking Denzel Washington in The Equalizer when he went into that room and started killing all them fucking people and killed the dude with the shot glass. Like that's different. That's a different level. I'd even put up the one where he went in there and whipped the people's ass after they had sent the lady home, and he asked the dude to give him a 5-star rating on Lyft. Like whooping somebody's ass and then making them give you a 5-star rating on Lyft is crazy work. My bad, Cheech. Sorry to step over you. Go ahead, Poppy.
No, you good. I'm gonna keep it, hip hop. Top 5 album of all time. Oh no, I'm gonna switch it up. Your top 5 MCs.
Ooh, no particular order. I might get in trouble with that.
No, we're gonna go back. Yeah, they might come back to this.
Pac and Biggie are definitely going to be on there because I feel like they have to be. Kendrick, Kool Mo D. That's a.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna put a group in there. Run DMC.
Run DMC? Oh, I thought you were gonna say Big Daddy Kane. You know what I mean?
I was waiting for
your cousin.
Yeah.
Your cousin. Your cousin Big Daddy Kane.
Oh man, that's funny.
Okay.
All right, Madrina, what you got?
I'm gonna play off the MC part, but I want to know what your top 5 like go-to songs for anything would be?
Ooh, I've been on and this is before Randy Orton said anything or whatever, but I have been on a kick of listening to women's MCs and women's artists. Let me see. Open the
Who do you
play.
play the most? Who do you play the most?
You got to think about it because you search, dude. Hey, Cheech, your dog in the back looks similar to my dog, dude.
Mona
Yeah, that's Luna.
Leo, show me some. Also, I love my N-word. That song's fun. Cardi B, Enough. Love that song. Cognac Queen by Meg Thee Stallion. I did a TikTok for that one time. It is a good song.
I'm about to look that TikTok up.
I had the world title at the time too. Did it with the world title. Hold on.
I'm Dallas. You don't need to pull that up.
There's one more.
Yeah.
Another Mona Leo. Ranchero. Those are my faves.
So
I wrestle sometimes.
So let me ask you this. If there's a concert for Key Glock, Young Dolph, and Polo, which one you going to?
Key Glock.
Okay. Key Glock.
I'll get it because I'm Dolph. Like rest in peace, but Dolph would be there anyway.
Yeah. Throwing money in the crowd, really. Another thing is that Randy also listens to Key Glock as well, which caught me off guard. But then again, it didn't because
he made a song called Randy Orton.
I know, but it was like he also like Randy Orton was heavy back in the day on Lil Wayne as well. I remember one of my friends was like out there, he was out of the gas station. Randy Orton was like there and he heard some Lil Wayne. He was like, yo, turn that shit up. That's my song. Didn't even know. Didn't even know.
It threw me off.
Oh, yeah. I got one last top 5 for you. And I don't think we asked this on the podcast. What are your top 5 video games of all time?
Oh, WrestleMania 2000. So that's a favorite of mine. Warframe is a favorite.
Whoa! Time out. Have you played the Warframe 1999 demo yet?
Alex, you can get them started.
Dude, I just played Warframe 1999 last night. You can play the demo if you could log into Warframe. They'll let you play the demo. You just got to go into the hub and everything. Let me tell you something. Riding that motorcycle and getting off and like shooting people from the atomic cycle. Listen, I don't know what system you play on, but if they got co-op, we definitely need to get up on there. We definitely need to play. It would be fire.
Yeah, I think it's cross-platform anyway. Me and my wife, we play on the laptop and I play on my Xbox. So it's cross-platform. It's not to work.
Sorry to interrupt. I just had to put that out there.
Bomberman 64.
Oh.
Donkey Kong 64. Man, what was the other one? And SmackDown Shut Your Mouth.
Bro, WrestleMania 2000 and SmackDown Shut Your Mouth were the 2 wrestling games that I played the most. I played WrestleMania 2000 so much the cartridge didn't work anymore, and I had to go get a new one. And then when I went to go get a new one, that's when I found out about No Mercy. So I grabbed both of them and went home, and I played No Mercy a lot, but I played WrestleMania 2000 way more. I know people like to say No Mercy is the better wrestling game, but between that and Shut Your Mouth, like, nah, that was the pinnacle of wrestling video games. What you got there, Cheech?
Shut Your Mouth. People are always talking about Here Comes the Pain, and Here Comes the Pain is fun because you get blood and you get like the body damage thing or whatever. but I don't think that Here Comes the Pain is as fun and as extensive as Shut Your Mouth was. Because Shut Your Mouth was probably maybe the last game where like the wrestling game wasn't realistic or whatever. You could fall off the SmackDown fist, be down for 5 minutes, and then get back up. Like
yeah. I remember I would play RBD and just put some power moves, but keep RBD moves. But he would do power bombs and all that shit. They don't make them like that no more, man.
Nope.
Yeah, man.
What you got for him, Cheech?
So, man, right now, like when you go, what's a regular day, during, let's say, when you have a match? What's a regular day on a day of Alice Kane?
Let's do like a regular day. I guess a day for me, like going to an MLW show. I always have to pack. Well, I always pack a few outfits that I like. Lately, I pack like one or two because we don't really do pre-tapes anymore. But I'll pack. So I always gotta have a dope outfit, and then I'll get to the building. Shake.
What about food? Food-wise.
Food-wise, I know just eat whatever they get for catering. Like normally they'll either get like pizza or like if we're in Philly, they'll get Philly cheesesteaks. They'll get something from Wawa. That's mainly that. After the show, there's this place in Philly. I think it's Philly. It's these egg rolls, but they're not like traditional egg rolls. They're like, you can get like a Philly cheesesteak one. You can get like a strawberry cheesecake one. Like, you can get like a burger one. Yeah.
Hey, I'll put that shit in my pockets.
We're going to Philly.
Uh-huh.
I got a fun place. I'll get something like that, or I'll get like ramen, or I'll get like a whole like medium sized pizza, sometimes a large pizza if I'm feeling it. But I eat really bad, really bad after shows.
Hey Rose, good to have you on the shows. Thanks for stopping by. Rose has her own podcast as well. We also wanted to give a shout out to the Wrestling Junkies as well. I just got done following them. They're also a wrestling podcast out of Ohio. Wanted to give these guys a shout. I just followed them. They got some merch out there, but still, Culture Clash Network over everything. And I need to find out the name of this place to get these egg rolls because that is a necessity.
See, now I'm going to play off the food. And out of everywhere you've been, what was your favorite place in your order?
Oh. Gotta go back to the phone.
I knew as soon as you asked that question, I'm like, I gotta go to the phone.
When I'm on the road, I order a lot of DoorDash.
DoorDash is life.
Man, there was. No, it wasn't DoorDash. Where was it? That place is in. That place is in Florida. Damn, I can't remember the name of the restaurant. Let me see. What did you store there? Go on.
See, the thing about DoorDash is it keeps all your orders. That's a good thing.
Yes, and that's the beauty of it.
And I know he's going through the orders like just scrolling because it's like when you're on the road that much, like you have a ton of DoorDash orders. Wanted to give a shout out to Rose again. The name of her podcast, she's one quarter of the podcast called the Super Kickback Podcast. Also part-time streamer and gamer, well, heavy gamer actually. Like me, but you know, wrestling comes first. Family comes first, wrestling, then video games, anime, and everything else. There's nothing wrong with watching anime at the age of 35 years old.
There's not. Watch. It's all professional wrestling is. Professional wrestling is anime. Just real life.
Mm-hmm.
Man, where?
Hey, don't feel bad.
Anybody else? Yeah, ask anybody out there from Philly. Don't know where my man is going.
Yeah, please. We need. Matter of fact, Joey, where are you at? Joey, you from Philly?
Oh.
Like,
Joey,
where is this place?
Get in the comments.
Joey, where are you at, bro? I'm about to actually call him. Like,
yo, Joey, man, come on, dímelo.
Where the hell?
You're going deep in the orders, aren't you?
I am. What was this? Tacos. Was it tacos?
Never the tacos.
I'm not about to butcher that. I'm trying to see where it is though. Oh, I was in Louisville for that.
Oh.
We got these birria tacos. Birria.
Oh, the medium tacos.
Yeah, that. Oh my god. There's a whole trend on TikTok of people buying those tacos. So fucking good.
Don't tell my wife.
If you consummate yet.
Because oh my god. Oh.
So if you love the tacos, then you need to try the birria ramen.
Ooh.
I don't know if you like ramen.
I love ramen.
Yeah. So pretty much, it's like making the ramen, but instead of using the water, you're using the consomme to cook it, and then you put the meat in it.
I need that in my life.
Alex, not only that, but we got a comment from Rose. She said, "If you're in the Bay, I got you for Mexican food." So we are making connections out here for Alex for food.
California
Definitely.
Mexican food.
You come to Ohio. Best place I could probably take you to is do you like seafood?
Yes.
Crab legs?
Yes.
I have a all you can eat crab leg spot for $50 per person.
Ooh.
Oh, that's not bad.
I heard of
it's a true all you can eat. You know, a lot of places be like, "Oh, this is all you can eat," and then it'd be like, "Okay, you've been here too long."
No, they don't. It's Alaskan snow crab. Me and my wife go there. We went there on our anniversary. We've gone there religiously. She gets the all you can eat crab legs. They bring them in buckets, and they keep giving you buckets. Like by the time you get through with your second one, they're like, "Oh, here's another bucket. Here's another bucket. Another bucket." I just get the all you can eat shrimp.
You see, Rose? She says she got. Yeah, there you go.
She says she got you for Mexican food, Filipino food, got some bars for you to
all over it, all in the Bay.
I appreciate that.
If you come to Dallas, you got to go to Hutchinson's for the best barbecue.
Yo,
Awesome.
we actually let's make a list, and if you follow Alex Kane on Twitter, make a list, screenshot it, and send it to him so he can save it, and make sure you put the city, state, and the address of where it's going to be so he can just get it from there directly. Mm-hmm. That way, if he needs any place to go, it's like, yo, I'm in Philly, I can go here. If I'm in Texas, I can go here. Where's the next? Where's the next?
Going to New York. Where are my New Yorkers at? Going to New York next month. Also, Chicago. Where's a good place to go in Chicago?
Yo, I got you. Harold's for fried chicken. Fried chicken. The best fried chicken you will ever have is in Chicago. You can get fried chicken and get the lemon pepper seasoning on your chicken. Get lemon pepper seasoning on your chicken. Get it on your fries. Ask for the mild sauce and the hot sauce. If you're in Chicago, go to Portillo's. Go to Morton's Steakhouse. And then if you like popcorn, go to Garrett's. I ain't from Chicago. But, you know, my boy Just, who I wish he could have been here. He'd have told you he's Filipino. He got all the spots. But when I was in Chicago, that's where I went.
Now
All right.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, like you making me. I'm hungry. I gotta eat breakfast food after this. All right, Alex has been great. We got one question from everybody each, and then we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Cheech, I'm gonna start with you.
I'm sorry, what was that?
You got one question.
One last
Oh,
question.
one
before we
question.
wrap it up. Per
One.
everybody.
Oh man. Alice Kane 2025 is gonna be.
Oh, that's the question. Another year of Alice Kane, like every year since 2023.
Okay. No new gear coming popping.
I have 2 new sets of gear coming. One is like African inspired. It's got kente cloth on it, and then the other one is my first actual like BOMAYE like singlet. I mean, I've had a few singlets already that have BOMAYE on the back of it, but this one's actually like it's gonna have the logo, it's gonna have colors and all that.
Okay, well, man, good luck. Stay healthy. God bless, and see you down the road, man.
Yes, sir.
La Madrina, what's your last question for Alex Kane, and then I'll take it home.
Are we gonna see any new moves? You got anything in your pocket?
There's definitely been some things that I've been working on that I've wanted to try. It's just trying to like find where to put them. I don't get to be. I can probably use them as a heel, but I don't. Yeah, I don't know. Those ones are kind of weird for a heel, but I don't really get to be a babyface that often, other than with the MLW. But yeah, there'll be some new stuff.
All right, so final question. I don't actually have this question prepared. I'm just like shooting it off of the top of my head, shooting from the hip. When we look at you, right? Everything that you've ever accomplished, what is the one thing in your entire career that you think, when it's all said and done, you will be most remembered for?
My run in MLW, unless I have another like crazy world title run or whatever, or a crazy title run. I mean, who's to know what I do in the future? But if I stopped wrestling right now, and I was willing to be remembered for one thing, it would be my world title run. The way that I used my platform to put on other black talent, and to spotlight other black talent, and yeah, I think that would be it. Also, working with Don King would also be on there as well. I guess that's mixed in there as well.
Definitely. And throughout life, we face a lot of issues, and there's like real life issues that happen, and we take from real life and put it in the ring. Man, I really got to ask, how do you think, and this is a non-wrestling question, what do you think is the biggest, because I got to ask you this question because you talked about it, and I would love to pick your brain with this question, so I'm kind of cheating. What do you think is the biggest issue we face right now with voter suppression?
Oh, man. I think generally just, I think generally one of the biggest things is people being able to actually go vote. Yeah, everybody, because like voting isn't a national holiday. It's a national holiday in other countries or whatever because they want you to vote. But in America, it's like, yeah, if you can get there to vote, go vote. But I mean, if you can't, oh well. And like, yeah, they have early voting, but like some people can't get off work, some people can't get an off day, their boss won't let them leave to go do it. So I think that's the biggest thing. Voting, election day has to be a national holiday. Everything needs to be shut down for yeah, everything just needs to be shut down for the day, and everybody needs to be able to go and vote. So no one has any excuses to not, because like when you look at, there's that, and there's also a lot of like counties and stuff will like move the voting place, or they'll shut it down early. When you have these long lines of people waiting to vote, that's just got to stop too. That's annoying, honestly. But yeah, those are probably some of the biggest things that need to be done as far as voter suppression. Gotta quit acting as if like, because like when those things happen, that's what makes people think that, oh, my vote doesn't count or my vote doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's not that your vote matters. And also depending on like the state that you're in. If you're in a swing state, it's gonna be some winner take all shit or whatever. So like your vote matters as far as like going toward, whatever candidate you're voting for. But like if candidate A gets more votes, then they get all the votes in that state, which is terrible, which is crazy.
Wow.
So they also need to get rid of the winner take all system as well. Ranked choice voting.
Yes. With that being said, where can people follow you at on your socials, Alex?
So Alex_Kane11 is my TikTok and my Twitter. I've been popping off on Twitter today.
Yes, you have. A lot of truth in those statements, though.
Lots of truth. Probably made a lot of people mad, but that's what it is.
Fuck 'em.
The Suplex Assassin on Instagram. Facebook is just Alex Kane, but why are you adding me on Facebook? Unless you want to actually be my friend, but if you don't, and you're not a promoter, why? And then my merchandise is MLWshop.com, which is just pro wrestling tees. Brainbustertees.com, foryourwear.com. My wife actually came up with that design.
Oh, she did?
Yeah,
Excellent.
she did. And then that's a new MLW shirt.
Mm-hmm. Go grab the shirts.
Yeah,
I got one coming. Yeah, go grab them. I got one coming. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I'm just saying, go buy my shirts.
Yeah, please do. I bought one.
Oh, you can find my matches on YouTube. It's like Alex Kane 1 or some shit.
All good matches. Definitely got to check them out. Cheech, where can people find you on social media?
Well, I'm on the Instagram, at Cheech L_Cheech_DSEC. And also on X, same Cheech, and Marks with Mics, every platform you get a podcast. Muchas gracias.
Definitely. And La Madrina?
You can find me on Twitter at La Madrina _XOXO. I'm on Instagram, and that one is Nesmarie _XOXO. And you can also find me on TikTok. Pull that one up.
Hey, hold on real quick. Hey, Joey, what the fuck, dude? We were looking for you. Alex has this place in Philadelphia that he goes to for, what is it, like egg rolls or something like that? Like strawberry cheesecake egg rolls or whatever.
He said Philly.
Yeah. Joey, you in Philly, you better know where this place is because Alex needs it. What the hell is the name of it? Please tell me you don't know. Please, if you tell me you don't know, you were blocked from the show for eternity. Because you always got something to say when we do our video game wrestling promos. Oh yeah, I gotta explain this to Alex. So me and Joey are part of a video game wrestling league called MPW Mayhem Pro Wrestling. And we cut promos on each other and use our video game characters to carry out the matches. So if you ever want to be part of it, definitely let us know. We'll add you in there. Oh, here we go. Chinatown and then Rock and Rolls, whichever one.
Yes, Rock and Roll.
Yeah, Rock and Roll.
Oh, Mister, thank you. Came through in clutch.
Both doing the clutch. All right. That was fun. But yeah, Mayhem Pro Wrestling. We got a pay-per-view coming up. That's going to be fun. I have to defend my World Heavyweight Championship against J-Mac, who I dropped 2 diss tracks on, and I beat him down so much he didn't even respond with a promo. Oh yeah, I'm gonna send them to you, Alex. I let him have.
Hold on. So in the league thing, do you play the matches as your character, or is it controlled by a CPU?
So we have a booker, and basically, like, our booker, his name is Geechee, and Geechee kind of decides like how it goes. We have a documentary of like a buildup of the entire year. So every year we do a documentary of like the match of the year, promo of the year. I usually get promo of the year like every year, because when I cut promos on my opponents, I usually decimate them. That's not me being cocky. It's just what it is. It's just battle rapper. I cut promos. It is what it is. We kind of have like a set pay-per-view. Geechee kind of controls it. And then he even books himself sometimes. Like, he booked himself to beat me like twice. And I was like, all right, motherfucker, I'm cashing in Money in the Bank and I'm taking your title. Joey actually does it. I had a feud with Joey. Yeah, he said he'll testify. Like, it's pretty fun. Like, if you ever want to be involved in something silly like that, it's fun. It's just we get to live out our fantasy of being wrestlers, even though we'll never do it. That's just our way of doing it. We use, I think, WWE 2K24, and we have our own logo, own ring setups, everything.
That's cool.
So yeah, it's definitely nice. Other than that, man, I really want to thank you for coming by again. This is the second time that I've talked to you. First time for Cheech and La Madrina. You guys are going to see Cheech and La Madrina more, obviously. I want to apologize to Cheech. This really shouldn't have been your first time on the Humble Roses podcast. I'll definitely make sure I send out the link for having you on anytime you want. You're welcome to come on anytime you want. Alex, you're welcome back, but I know you're going to be busy, so I don't want to take up too much of your time. All I got to say is it is a pleasure to be in the presence of all three of you. I am eternally grateful to spend this time with all three of you, especially you, Alex. You've made this moment special for me. I can't thank you enough, and good luck. And this won't be the last time me and you talk. I'll try not to bother you. I promise I will not bother you.
You're not bothering me. You're never bothering me.
Okay, well, people are different, and I try to be respectful.
This isn't this is an actual relationship. This isn't a parasocial relationship.
Well, that's good to know. I'm happy to be part of it. Me and La Madrina will bring you back again. In the future. Cheech will be. It'll be the four of us again. I'm going to sign off, obviously, the same way I do everything. And I'll make this completely short, like I normally do. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, this is Alex Kane right here, the Suplex Assassin. I'll call him also the captain and the king of BOMAYE, the BOMAYE bomber, whatever you'd like to call him. Call him whatever you want. Just don't call him late for dinner, especially if it's at Rock and Rolls. I want to thank La Madrina for making it to the show. Also, Cheech from the Marks with Mike's podcast. You can also catch me and Cheech with JT and Just on the Marks with Mike's podcast, officially on Culture Clash Network. We do have merch out, and it has Powerbomb Jutsu, Society Pop Culture 101, the Get Your Podcast, and last but not least, the Marks with Mike's podcast. La Madrina and I will be working on our next episode together. We're going to be covering Nia Jax next Tuesday. Nia Jax was feeling down. We are going to be highlighting her career and her accomplishments. Please go to brainbustertees.com, prowrestlingtees.com. If you can't find Alex Kane shirts, go to his Instagram page. It has a link tree to all of that. You can cop any shirt you want. You could cop maybe this one. You could cop maybe this one. Hell, why don't you just cop every shirt that you see? And humility is for hoes. You melanin deficient motherfuckers. That's all I got to say. I will say this. Oh yeah, Joey said, "Good, Alex. Good luck in your future of wrestling. Hope and pray for more success." So I am Dallas Cash, and understand to all three of you that the world is a better place because all three of you are in it. Always understand that you have a purpose that you serve, and the greater that you are, the stronger you will become. I love you guys. Thank you for coming to the show. And this is good night. I will see you guys on the other side of paradise. And that is a wrap eventually when this hits the end at 260